And on the relationship front, I wasn't looking for any type of
I know that,
relationship.
but my question is, the voluntary exit. Were you actually going to do that if you didn't leave the song?
Bro, when Ebuka said the whole thing with Mercy, the only thing I can think of was my girl. Is she good? Is she at home? Is she how's she feeling? Because above all of that, she doesn't really understand.
That's a man.
She doesn't really understand the game, and I don't want her to feel like she's isolated and alone. And where she is right now is probably very scary and very lonely, feeling like your man doesn't care. So my priority was getting back home and making, letting her know that, babe, I care about you. So
there was a boss going around that she unfollowed you. Do you think like it's because she doesn't understand like you need to play a certain game?
Yeah, I mean, she's she's half Russian, half Italian.
Yeah, they're very big on respect.
Yeah, they're very big on respect. And she doesn't understand how we do things in Nigeria, especially when it comes to this game. So she just needs some time to get used to it. You know what I mean? So that's what it was. She don't follow me, but we speak it every day. We're good. I know some people are praying that we're not good, but we're good.
Fairs.
We're good. You guys won't say it, but she's very consistent in her strategy. Very consistent. Like, she knows what she's doing. She's done it before. She knows how to win. She's got good influences in and out. Like, she is... You may think she's just there doing all this pretty stuff. Like, bro, the girl's a natural born winner. She knows what the fuck she's doing. And that's her strategy. By knowing what you're doing. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be emotional. You don't have to be... You're a tough guy. She's doing what she's doing. And what she does best is that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sabi Radio Live. I'm gonna need you to tell your mom, to tell her dad, to tell her uncle, to tell her little sister down the road, to go across the street, to tell her cousin, to tell the dog, to take a little journey to the postman, to cross borders because I'm from Anambra State and you need to go to Imo State, to tell them that Sabi Radio is live.
Wait, don't forget Benway. You gotta cross through Benway State.
Benway.
After you done with Benway, you go to Abuja FCT.
You know the
You might take
vibes.
a quick flight to London.
That way.
Then you come see Kiddwaya.
We're gonna talk about Ibiza though.
All right.
We're gonna talk about Ibiza though.
That's right,
But Sabi Radio is live. We have my man Kiddwaya, and we're talking off camera.
Okay.
First time I met you, Central London, Zara. Bro,
Why do you say that?
you don't even remember. That's the madness.
I won't lie to you. You know when there's so many times people come up to me, and when they're like, "Kid, do you remember?" I'm like, "Fuck, shit." In my head, I don't remember.
I know.
But I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
But bro, that Zara one is actually off of me.
Fam, I literally even went down to what his friend was wearing to the
That's awesome,
shoes
yeah.
because I was like, where did you get those boots from? How much were they wear? Because they look nice still. And like I remember, that's when I really wanted to get into Big Brother. And I was like, kid, how did you do it, man?
That was 2020.
2021. 2021, because I know I was in England then waiting to get my surgery.
Did I speak to you?
NHS is a madness. Yeah, bro. Zara.
Wait.
The ground floor.
Did I give you advice?
Yes, you were like, you literally said, go, you were like, I literally asked you, how did you get into Big Brother? You were like, you just have to be different. I was like, nah, man, like, tell me. I was like, do you need to know? She was like, nah, you just have to be different. Then before my season, I remembered that, and like my audition video, I literally introduced myself in all the different languages in South Africa.
Bro,
and I was like, if
remember.
this doesn't stand me out.
You're like, fuck him, man. I remember we were downstairs. I think you were somebody as well.
Yeah, I was with my brother.
Yeah, you were somebody as well. And he came up to me.
He literally took a picture and I look at this man fanboy. And I was
remember.
Nah, man, I respect the brethren for that. Because
I remember.
Like, my bro.
Nah, I remember, man.
I appreciate
and now we're here, man. Shit, you did BBN as well. And I did, bro, you see how life works?
Mad.
Life works. And now you got to manifest your shit, man. You got to manifest that and really pray for it. And your time's come, you're doing amazingly well on the company side. And hopefully as the celebrity side as well, because that's going to enjoy it. And it'll come to you naturally. So that's powerful.
I honestly appreciate you on that aspect, and also on the aspect of, like you just said, you manifested. And it's not only that you're taking over the business side of things, because you have your business, you're publicizing it in Big Brother. Man, first of all, big ups to you, because I couldn't even do that in the house. Like I tried to be sneaky there to say, but now I was scared. But big ups to you, had a whole hoodie in that. And you've conquered the business world, and you're like, nah, I want to conquer the entertainment.
100%.
And that's why 100%. I want to do as well. Like that's why I say I respect you on that level, because of my work ethic, I know I can eat this up.
You can't. You've got the persona already.
That's what
to
I'm
do it, but
saying.
then you need to match it with that consistency.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because there's this shit we do is 24/7. It's like even when you sleep, you got to sleep in the right fucking way. You know what I mean? You gotta be on point when you meet people, when you greet them, when you speak to them, when you're on show. You know, you've got to be 100 almost all the time. And even if you're not 100, you got to be comfortable with not being 100. So it sticks within the perimeters of the brand. So it's a 24/7 thing. So mentally you need to be strong. You know what I mean? And it's not a thing where you start and stop and start. If you're doing this thing, yeah, it's to the end, bro.
To the
end, man. It's to the end. So I think you've got the financial capabilities to do it. You've got the looks to do it and the personas to do it. And God has blessed you with the followings and the platform. It'll just be a waste if you don't do it. So there's a way you can just juggle both.
Exactly.
Literally.
You just have to work harder.
Just work hard, man. Just work hard. Work hard and flex.
It leads me to my question, man. Like, my brethren behind the camera knows, like, even like, shout out to Sharon. She knows I was rooting for you heavy. I was like, my man is in the house. And one thing I appreciate about you is that you changed. Like, the first time you're in the house, you were vibes and inshallah. Like,
yes.
You were just there to have a good time. It was a break from work.
Yes, exactly.
And low key, that's how I took it. And I honestly felt that you're a smart man. That's not deniable. But at the same time, you're like, this is a break for work. I'm not gonna carry work mentality into this. But at 100%. The same time, I'm a competitor.
100%.
And like you just said off camera, you're an athlete as well.
100%, yeah.
So you now came into the house All-Star season. I was like, I want to see what I literally said. I pray to God, Kid is playing the game because I know when it comes to how people usually win the game, when it comes to that,
you already know what it
backing,
is. You already know
you have the backing.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, Kid is staying 3 months.
So the funny thing is, on the backing side, yeah.
Man, why are you outside, bro?
On the
like,
thing
it's literally touching me.
On the backing side, yeah, I can go to my parent, my dad, go to my uncles, and we can raise 300 million and scatter the game, and it'll be kid to the end. But the thing is, they're not greed, and they just don't see it as something that is valuable like that. They don't see it the way I see it.
You're backing yourself throughout this whole thing?
I'm backing myself. Like, I'm putting nothing into it, no finances into it. I'm going there and say, yo, either way, I'm good. If I go in there for one day and come out, I'm good. Like,
so you thought if you play the game well,
I thought I played the game well, but the thing is, people weren't comfortable seeing a completely different kid. They weren't used to it. Not like they didn't like it, they weren't used to it. So, but I have to make them used to it, get them used to a new me. Like, I'm not gonna be the same forever. You're gonna see different types of kids. I'm like an actor.
So do you think that's why you're out of the house? Because people didn't understand the new version of what you were putting out there?
It could have played a part, but what I definitely know from the producers and from the powers that be was that
I suspected that.
They said to me that you were killing it for the first 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
You were literally up there. Then everyone thought Kid is fine, and they stopped voting for me.
You were top 5.
Exactly, and then they just stopped voting for me. So there's no way you can go from top 5 to the bottom, not even bottom 3 to the bottom.
It was
so
mad.
They told me that people stopped voting. People just stopped voting
because they thought you were good.
They thought I was good, and that's all the story of me. It's like everyone just thinks, "That kid is good, man." But he ain't got
that same thing that happened to me my season. But at the same time, obviously election was happening, but they were like miracles come, and literally shout out to Gloria Elijah, but she was like, there's a difference between having fans and having fans that vote.
Yes, I know that. But you already saw within the first couple of weeks, I was already in the top 5. So I had fans that voted. Yeah. But they're just, because it's me, they thought, okay, Kid is good, we've seen this strong. Let's focus on the ones who we feel like need our constant attention and help.
Yeah.
Then they just switched. And now everyone's begging me to come back, like, oh, we missed Kid, the dynamics have changed, this, that. But then Julian do this to himself.
And it leads me to my next question, because people are like, because I low-key heard what you said when you said if you don't leave this Sunday, you're gonna get you're gonna tell everybody you want a voluntary exit.
I was gone.
So the first question I want to ask you is, are you happy that you're out? And number 2, do you think you felt that way because you didn't have a relationship in the house like you did the first time you were in the house?
I was happy I'm out, but the competitiveness in me wish I stayed to just fucking dog it out.
Yeah.
I'm pushed to the end. But I won't lie, when I came out, I was like, okay, on to the next thing. Let me talk to my girl, make sure she's good. Let me call my mom's, let me call my dad, everyone's good. Let me see businesses are good. Yeah. And instantly I got back into life because like my life is sweet. And on the relationship front, I wasn't looking for any type of relationship.
But my question is, the voluntary exit, were you actually going to do that if you didn't leave this?
Bro, when Ebuka said the whole thing with Mercy, the only thing I can think of was my girl. Is she good? Is she at home? How's she feeling? Because above all of that, she doesn't really understand.
That's a man.
She doesn't really understand the game, and I don't want her to feel like she's isolated and alone. And where she is right now is probably very scary and very lonely, feeling like your man doesn't care. So my priority was getting back home and making letting her know that, babe, I care about you. So
yeah, there was a boss going around that she unfollowed you. Do you think like is because she doesn't understand like you need to play a certain game.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
mean, it's she's half Russian, half Italian.
Yeah, they're
Right,
very
so
big on respect.
yeah, they're
Still.
very big on respect, and she doesn't understand how we do things in Nigeria, especially when it comes to this game. So she just needs some time to get used to it. You know what I mean?
used to
So
the vibe.
that's what it was. She already followed me, but we speak every day. We're good. I know some people are praying that we're not good, but we're good.
Fairs.
We're good.
Nah, I definitely believe that since you've been out of the house, you guys have had a conversation.
Of course, we speak
Nah,
every
it's
day.
calm.
When I first got out of the house, I called her straight away.
But you know how the social media things, people need to draw
Yeah,
it
of course.
to just create
No,
a
I
story.
get that. Yeah.
Nah, I'm not even gonna ask you about that. But the one I'm really particular about is Messi. It'd be mad for me not to talk about that.
Right, run it.
You're my man.
Run it.
But I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I feel like the girl fancied you still.
Bro, it's fucking...
In my ends, I knew it was a game for you. Especially when you walked up the stairs. I was like, literally, I wish the cameraman could come on camera, but literally last week, I was talking to Uriel and asked her about the kids. And I was like, fam, I literally said, Sam, that's my boy still, because I would have done the same thing. Because like, Messi is a big person in the Big Brother world. Let's not deny that. It's not like I'm kissing ass or anything.
No, she is, bro. That's facts.
So there is no way I'm not gonna kind of create a plot with Messi. It's only gonna be to my advantage. Like I'm gonna put my ego down and play the game. And I was like, yes, kid, you're playing the fucking game. But the question I want to ask you is, do you think she actually fancied you? Because I already told you, I think she did.
I mean, fancy is a different kind of word I maybe wouldn't use, but like for sure. I mean, who the fuck doesn't like me? I think the majority of the girls, they like me. And that's me not even at my best. This is me. This is like the overweight, not sharp me, haven't done my haircut. I'm not even the fashionable me. Like, I'm probably the least fashionable person in the house. I'm wearing gym clothes all the time, or my company clothes.
Facts.
But yeah, all the girls like me.
All the girls are looking at
So
you still.
they know what's up. It is what it is.
I feel like it's your confidence. I feel like there was a thing my dad always told me. He was like, rich people make noise. Wealth doesn't need. Wealth
You don't need
moves
to.
silently.
You know. You just know.
Moves silently.
Yeah.
And I felt like you didn't need to show yourself. You know yourself. And I feel like that confidence just exuded.
I was wearing, my friend owns this brand called Boohoo Man. So me and my good friend.
When I was in the house as well, I tried to plug I had a hoodie for my friend and I tried to plug it as well.
So I was wearing my friend's brands. Even this now is my guy's brand. I was wearing all my friend's stuff and my own stuff. I wasn't out
plug
there.
it, man. What's the name of the brand?
Yo, the Rope. These are Nigerian guys. It's called the Rope. They do basically very fashionable Issey type clothes, man. They're dope boys coming up.
Comfortable type vibes.
Very comfortable vibes.
Like
and
that.
then, of course, like I said, Boohoo Man, been wearing a lot of his stuff as well. I didn't come there with designers. I didn't come there with Louis Vuitton. The only design I came with was Dior slippers. Yeah. And that was it. That was it. Apart from that, I was everyone else came in with, bro, like...
Fam! Messi came with the whole
closet. I'm saying girls had double F Fendi type.
Yeah, she
they
came
had the
with the
LV
whole
shoes. They
closet.
had,
She had a war top on the other day. Yeah, she had a warm top. I was like, man,
yeah,
came
people came prepared, man, to show the world that the girls look great. I want to blame the girls because that's what girls do. Girls always come correct. So for them, is that's their thing.
Facts.
But guys also, to be fair with you, a lot of the guys just came with local stuff, which is how we run it. Agbadas, Dabalayas, and local things, and they all look fresh. But end of the day, I think with me, if you know, you know.
Facts.
If you don't know, then you don't need to know.
You know the name, man. I don't need to tell you.
That's
I
it.
need to be loud.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that energy.
That was my vibe.
And it brings me to... So, let's just finish with the Messi thing. So, the thing that happened on the stairs was barely for the game. And people just need to understand that.
People need to understand there's a reason why you can't see the video. There's a reason why you can't see anything. You hear some stuff.
Exactly.
But I leave it up to your imagination to what that stuff is.
Sharp.
Messi already said what she said. And that's it. The rest of that was playing the game and, sit back and enjoy the game.
Appreciate that. Nah, love still. But DOYIN. You're DOYIN. That's my girl. Like, I'll not even lie to you. That's my sis, man. Outside. But I felt like both of you were very misunderstood. Like, a lot of people say DOYIN is misunderstood, and I hear that. People always think she's a mean person, but she isn't. And I also feel, in a sense, you were misunderstood. You're a very misunderstood person as well. So do you feel like both of you clashed because you're both misunderstood people, and you could understand yourselves, or like, did you feel like she was in a way like, you know, when like I'm mean to you because I like you? Like, do you think it was that type of vibe?
I mean, DOYIN was honest with me. She told me she likes me. She's always said that, you know, outright. And I do think she's misunderstood, and I think she's a great person. And I don't want to talk too much about her because I don't want anyone to twist my words and use that against her, because she's trying to focus on the game and her team is trying to focus on her going as far as possible. So I want to respect that and wish all of them luck. But she's a great person.
She is.
Yeah.
No. She is still. But like, so she's a person that you can say she's a friend, because people are like, oh nah, kid finds her irritating. And I was like, nah, man. Like, the reason, if he found her irritating, he'll stop talking to her. But like, you still went out of your way in the private of the room. And I feel like even when you called Ike and PERE, I feel like you were not doing that maliciously. I feel like you were doing that to show her that like, yo, like, these are evidence. I didn't try and do what you thought I did. So like, you say she's a friend.
Everyone there is my friend. I have no, listen, I threw a party before lockdown that most of them came to. I'm going to throw a party after at some point that they'll all come to. My invitation is open to everyone. My arms are open to everyone. My hands are extended to anyone. So there's no one there I call an enemy. I don't have enemies. I like all of them. So we're good. And we can all be friends if they want to.
Yeah.
If they don't want to, then I'm going to, you know, I'll let you go your way and we wouldn't cross paths.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
So you just bring good vibes. If you give me good vibes, that's good. If you give me bad vibes, I step away from
That's
you.
it, man. I've always been about that, man. You know, and I think some people feel threatened about the fact that Kid is so carefree and cool. You know?
I literally said this in my office today to my brethren. I was like, it's crazy how people are uncomfortable that you're comfortable in your skin.
Bruh, that's
So many people in the world. I feel like there's so many problems in the world because people are uncomfortable because you're comfortable in your own self.
because they're uncomfortable with themselves. I always say people's hate is a self-reflection of their reality. So when someone's hating on you, it's just a self-reflection of their reality. Because if someone comes with so much love, if their homes are good, their relationships are good, they're happy, they're living their life, they don't come to you with that bad energy, they don't come to you with that negative, derogatory shit. It's only when they're pissed at themselves or they don't like their lives, they start saying all this horrible shit to you. So it's just a self-reflection of their reality.
And I honestly feel like it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because you can't blame yourself that you were born in the family you were born. Your dad worked hard, and I know the story as well.
But that came from a poor family, by the way.
Yeah,
Came from a soldier background.
I was gonna tell you off camera, but my dad and your dad, they know each other actually. And the fine thing is that they like each other as well because they have the same upbringing.
Yeah.
From nothing, and they built something, and that motivates you as well. But when people see you, they're just like, he's a rich kid. And I feel like people carry that mentality and come with you with bad energy. And I do this all the time. I feel like I need to be overly humble to prove to them that I'm not a dickhead or I'm not proud. But I should be proud of
course, man.
Like, first of all, my self-achievements and also my family name. Like,
yes. That's all you have in this world is your balls and your your name, your family name. And I say, my dad came from a poor background, right? He did his thing. All that time he was carrying the torch. He passed me the torch. Now I can decide two things. I can stay there with the torch and not move anywhere. Or I can fucking move with the torch and then pass it on to my kids. I have a lot of friends who are from very wealthy backgrounds who are just rich kids and just stay at home and do nothing and just spend their dad's money. Bro, I'm from a wealthy background, but I made my family more famous. I made myself famous. I've done multiple TV shows, multiple brand deals. What more do the people want to prove that I'm self-sufficient?
Talk, man.
I have my own company, my own business that's dealing with global superstars. We've done with Travis Scott, I've dealt with Post Malone, we've dealt with David O, we've dealt with Rema, we're doing more things with people. So at this point now, it's just people's self-reflection of themselves. Man, when they're spewing that hate. So that's why I don't even censor that anymore.
That's the word, they're hating on you, man.
Of course, man, but you know, I welcome the hate. I eat off the hate, I feed off it.
Motivates you.
Give me more, but at the end of the day, you guys already know. And the thing is, you want a lot of your faves to be like me, but they can't be like me. Not because they're not trying. You become a cut from different cloths.
Yes!
Or from different cloths. Do you understand? Swallow is swallow. Rice is rice.
Yes!
Beans is beans.
Indomie is Indomie.
Indomie is Indomie.
Sharp!
You don't mix all four together.
Man.
You call that four assets. You don't mix four assets together. You understand? So, that's what it is, man.
Fap, like, I've wanted to say this, but I'm glad my senior brother is saying that for me. You heard him, man.
No stuttering, bro. No stuttering.
Don't hate on me because I'm cut from a different cloth.
That's it. And it's a cloth that you all already cut from. You all want your children to be that from that cloth. Come close, and I'm not ready. You might get some of that cloth. Stop! Just come close. That's the idea. Look, when you want to come close and learn from someone like me, you can come close and be a good student, and I'll teach you. That's the best way to thrive in this life. That's what I do with people who are better than me. I come and learn from them, and then take that information and then go and remold it and apply it to myself.
Nah, because people might not know this, but like, my dad did the same thing for me. I feel like your dad did the same thing for you. When like you got to a certain stage, he gave you to one of like his people to you understudy them.
So no, but funny enough, my dad has never done that. But there's so many people around him that I know how to apply myself. Like I'm the kind of guy where, you know, in our house, the VP may come through, the Senate President will come through, Zenith Bank Chairman will come through. I know how to, uncle, you know, I'm doing this, doing that. I'm very good at communicating and very good at setting contacts. So I take these connects based on them coming to my father's house.
Sure.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's how I build my own company. That's how we formed Kiddwaya & Co. Was based on the connections of my dad and the connections I was able to take off him.
So how did your dad feel about you coming back to the house? Because
I didn't understand. You know, I called him and said, Dad, you know, this is what I'm doing. He says, why? What do you need? You know, why? What for? What's there again?
But low-key, when you were in the house, who was more supportive, your dad or your mum? Like, who was watching it?
I feel like you have to tell me because I don't. Because I feel like you know.
In my case, it was my dad. But my dad was like acting like he didn't want.
No, it's my mum shout. The first time over, my dad didn't watch it for the first week. The first Big Brother.
Yeah.
But then it got too much where his friends kept telling him, your son does that, you had to start watching it. And he brought all the men mounts in the house. It's like, they're watching it. No, bro, they mounted and they just...
when I was kind of a girl, my dad and his friends are like, why is this boy crying?
There's somebody this stupid boy crying. They got... You don't understand, yeah? Money came into the house. Money left the house. Money came into the house like it was one political campaign. It became something serious. There was fights happening and shit.
But I remember the first time he left the house, like he came to come. Now the love he showed, you could tell like I'm proud of my son.
Yeah, of course he's proud, man. The guy enjoyed as well, man. You know, he was on 3,000 followers. Now he's on 232. Even this second time over, man. He gained like 40.
Your dad had the blue tick
before me.
Instagram shout out to you for giving the OG the blue tick.
He got the blue tick before me. Did interviews with BBC and stuff. Dylan would do. He was fully like he was born to do.
He's got in the check with you, no? You better be getting that check.
Bro, he's sorting me out, man. Don't worry. He's done enough for me. He's done enough for me. Now I'm trying to repay that favor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he enjoyed, bro, and that's how it's supposed to be. Everyone in the family is supposed to enjoy the fruits of your success. It's not a one-man thing. So.
Nah, but like I know you're a big man that respects women, like you just said. Your mom, biggest supporter.
Yeah.
And other than Big Brother, I feel like my mom is my biggest fan. Regardless, no matter what I do, my mom's my biggest fan. And I've been through some nonsense in my life, and my mom stood with me still.
Regardless.
I love what your mom did when Brethren, if you permit me say his name, permit me to say.
Yeah. Talk about. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk plainly.
Yeah,
let's talk plainly.
I love what your mom did because I know that my mom would do the same thing. Like, don't talk to my man. Don't talk to my baby boy any type of way.
I'll tell you how it is. Yeah, you know when if you watch the Animal Kingdom, right? When you see some cubs and a existential threat comes towards the cubs, it's usually the females that are quick to react and quick to protect their cubs, and they're very vicious with it. Facts. So how my mum was just protecting her cub to what she felt was a exterior threat. But again, me and Shay are cool. I don't think Shay meant it. I didn't even take it as a...
I felt like you were cool, but at the same time, like I said, I consider you a brethren, and I felt very disrespectful with what he said. Not with what he said, but like his energy. Like what he said wasn't mad.
I'll tell you what it is.
His energy was like, I was like, why are you talking to my man like that?
I'll tell you what it is. We're on a show.
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere. I'm very aware of my situation and my surroundings. Now, I have two options. Either I get up and pound and ground him.
Slap down.
And then I leave, and then it becomes a thing where my family, my uncle, and my aunties think, see, this boy is violent. My business connects think I'm violent. My business is ruined. Yeah. Or I say, it's a game. This thing gonna happen on the outside.
So indirectly, in your head, you were like, I have more to lose than this guy.
I have more to lose, but I didn't even take it as an insult. That's the thing. I didn't take it as an insult. End of the day, me, I'm from London. People don't understand I'm from the streets when it comes to Willie when we're throwing hands. So I didn't even see it as something that he even believed or was even confident in what he was saying. I was even high that day. I didn't even process it as an insult.
Because like what he was saying, he was like, don't mess with my pepper them. I'm like,
Yeah, it's not the last stuff. It's not the last stuff, but I didn't take it seriously. Like, there's nothing serious to
because
think about
in my
it.
opinion, I felt like this man thinks his last name is heavy like that.
The thing is, I'm very good at controlling myself because I'm actually worried of the outcome of the other person. So, and one thing I've learned about myself is that once I'm triggered, bro, it's gonna be hard to stop me from doing the intended damage I want to do. It's gonna be very hard to stop me. So I don't allow myself to get to that point of no return. I don't allow myself. So all these little things. Me, I was bullied in the house now. I chop inside left, right, center, all these. But again, and I'll say this so many times. On a normal day, where will you find me if it's not for me to go and look for you? Where are you going to find me? You won't get past my protocol. You won't get past my team. It's not possible now. So all I want is just yearning for your own self-confidence to grow now.
I would love you. I don't know whether it was in the first episode of this podcast. I said the most obvious person is going to be in that house is Kiddwaya. Because literally, you came to Nigeria, you're never in Nigeria, you're like 80-something% of your time not in Nigeria. And you just happen to be in Nigeria when Big Brother All Stars is happening. Because I follow your Instagram, you're mostly not because of your business. Maybe. And you travel about. So like, for you not to be in Nigeria when Sabi, when Big Brother All Stars is happening, I was like, come on, man, you know he's going to be there. Still.
Before you back, straight away, man.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Just it like.
Yes. Yes, bro.
I don't even know, man. My apologies.
Nah, what? Nah, you're good, my brother. Never like that. But yeah, I was like, you're the most obvious housemate that's going to be there.
I threw a party as well, man. I threw a party and they got annoyed actually when I threw a party because they were like, kids, you're making too much noise. It's obvious. Now you're inviting all the other housemates. Like, please just keep it down. I said, don't worry, no vex. Like, after this, I'm done. So I had a loud entrance, man, because like, how else am I supposed to enter? There's no way I can even enter the country quietly because by the time I reach the airport, everyone wants a photo. So I don't cast already. So,
man, I can't. Since we're talking about traveling, man, what with Ibiza? What happened, man? Cross was saying,
bro.
Cross was saying something. I want you to clarify the story because I was meant to go to Ibiza, but Corona happened, so I wouldn't mind going. So what happened with you lot? Like, what happened?
Bro, when we out with the boss, my dad's, bro.
Wait, did you go to my cousin's wedding? The wedding that was happening in Italy? The one that crossed one?
No, I didn't go. I think he went to Ibiza and then from there he branched there. But we had fun, bro. We had a massive villa. There was a bunch of babes and stuff. Obviously I didn't enjoy anything because, I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, your missus wasn't there?
No. But we had fun, bro. In Ibiza, we had the biggest villa on the island. We had like solid squads. We had drivers. What can I say? Like the fucking chokes, bro. Cross pulled through. We had a good time. Introducing to my team, my people, my PA.
Nah, but honestly, who would you have loved to see in the house?
Tasha.
Who else? I feel like everyone says Tasha. Who else?
I would have liked to see. Let me look at my season. I would like to see Lekon in the house actually. To see how he can navigate in the house. I think the musical side of things would be interesting with him and White Money.
But let me ask you a question with Lekon. A lot of people say Erica gave him the win. Do you feel like the win has been given to Ilibaya?
No. I think
don't think so.
No, I think some certain things.
You think she'll make the finals?
I think some certain things has probably helped her become bigger, but I think this game is about consistency to the very, very end, which means you got to be perfect almost to the end. There's still another 5 weeks to go, so I think yes, some things have contributed to her rise, but that means it's taken away so much from the solid girls and the solid guys that are still there. I think CEECEE is strong. I think Mercy is strong. I think Alex is strong. And the other guys and girls. Bro, there's still a long time to go and there's still a lot to do.
Who do you think is going to carry that prize though? Like, first of all, do you think Ilibaya is going to make the finals?
Yeah, I think she'll make the finals.
Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to carry this 120? Because in my opinion, I literally said to Sharon as well outside, and I said it to Christy or all of them, I was like, some people, it's not even about this money, it's just about the win. I just want to carry this win and say, yeah, I beat you in this thing.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I honestly, I think it's too early to mention. I want to be completely 100% with my facts. I want to wait another another 2 weeks to see who's about, and then you'll know. But I think it's gonna be the girls will dominate. I think
You
you
think
have
top 3 will be girls?
I think you have top 4 will be girls.
Swear.
I think top 4 will be girls. One guy may sneak in, and that.
Who do you think's that guy?
I said it before, man. I hate that guy. Honestly,
ADEKUNLE?
it could be Soma. It could be EK.
Swear.
I'm gonna throw 2 dark horses there.
I don't know, man.
The reason why I say
Soma's
that,
definitely a dark horse, but I think it was going to be PERE.
yes, Adekule maybe, but there shall be a dark horse that's there, you know. So we'll see. But definitely a full sweep by the women. 1, 2, 3.
But I said in the house, in my opinion, I thought you were playing the best strategy because you actually, this time, came in with a strategy and it was so clear. But who do you think is playing the best game in the house?
Messi, she's consistent.
Really?
She's consistent. You guys won't say it, but she's very consistent in her strategy. Very consistent. Like, she knows what she's doing. She's done it before. She knows how to win. She's got good influences in and out. Like, she is. You may think she's just there doing all this pretty stuff. Like, bro, the girl's a natural born winner. She knows what the fuck she's doing. And that's her strategy. By knowing what you're doing. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be emotional. You don't have to be. You're a tough guy. She's doing what she's doing. And what she does best is that. When you watch her next, just watch Messi and how she does her thing. And you realize that this girl was smart. Messi's the best strategy.
Because I'm just like, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of people are not putting pressure on her. Do you feel that? Because, in a sense, like the way people not.
But why do you think that is, though?
But I feel like a lot of people are not putting pressure on her.
Why do you think that is?
I feel like they're scared.
Well, she's playing her role well. She's playing her game
Like
well.
the dominant role.
She's playing her game well. That's her game, to be consistent. And not do too much, not push people buttons and do too much.
I don't feel like anybody has stepped to her.
She's playing her game. That's what I'm saying. She's the best strategist. She's playing her game well.
Man.
Trust me, when you watch her more, you realize that this girl was a sharp girl.
But isn't that crazy though? Like, she's won. And in my opinion, if I was in that house, I would believe like she's my biggest threat and nobody's putting pressure on her.
Well, that's people are playing the game with emotions and not with their head. But again, it's early, man. It's 5 weeks in, bro. Brother, trust me, in 2 weeks' time, I promise you that we had the first deadlock of Pardon Me yesterday, where there was no winner. That's showing you that now it's starting to balance. Give it 2 more weeks. I promise you, 2 more weeks, yeah, and things will happen.
Man. So one thing I want to ask you is, you're a man that believes in real spirit and real energy.
Yes.
Like you just said, the energy I give you, the energy you give me. Who do you believe is the purest housemate, like the realest housemate? They say how it is, they see how it is.
Cross. I think Cross is very emotional.
That's
very,
my family.
Yeah,
Family
very
still.
emotional, very genuine, pure-hearted man. So if he's feeling the type of way, it's genuine. If he's just Cross, man, Cross.
Who do you think's playing that's overplaying a character? That's just playing a character. They're not like that outside, but they're just doing it because they're inside. I have my answer.
I think all of them are playing a character, including myself. We're all playing characters in there. And I think none of them are really like that on the outside. Because I think everyone's playing the game, and that's not taking anything away from them. I think you should play
Whatever
those
helps you
characters.
win.
Yeah, of course. You pay for 120 million for being the number 1 BBN ever in history. This is why I say it's more than just the money, man. You're paying for the title of.
I literally said it. This is the battle of the GOATs.
You're a winner, man. So
If you win this, you're the GOAT.
exactly, there's no questions asked. You don't need to talk too much.
World Cup.
Your rate's what your rate is. You said what you said. That's it. And who's going to argue with you? You know what I mean? So I think they're all playing the game, but that's they're playing the game they feel that will make them win, and I wish them more luck and all the best.
Hey man, I'm gonna give you the last second. Not even the last second, man. Plug your brand, because I definitely want to be working with you, especially when I go back to England. Plug the brand. Let's hear it, my brother.
So my brand is Kiddwaya & Co. We're a 360 entertainment agency. We do talent management, consultancy, PR work with all the greats, both company and artists. If you want to get into UK, let us know. If you're a UK company that wants to get into Nigeria, let us know. We are coming for you. Guys, keep watching.
You heard my brother say, if you want to work with him, if you want him to progress you to the next level, you don't even need Big Brother. Talk to this man, and he'll push you to where you need to be. You'll be bigger than the stars you already seen on TV.
That's what's up.
Fam, my brother, It's been an honor, and I appreciate you for letting me come in on a last minute thing.
Of course.
This man's a businessman. But I appreciate you, and this was Sabi Radio Live. Tune into next week.
Try that.